So in this video, we'll do what after the podcast. When the podcast has been happened, we need to tell user from where they can access the podcast. So let's learn. So we have definitely a link for a podcast and a name of a podcast. So I just want to automate like this, where I need not to change every time. Create an email and go there and change something. So let's try custom values and go high level. So what we need to do is we need to go to settings, and then I'm going to custom values. I know that some values will change. So what are the values needs to be changed? That will is in every podcast we change the value will be podcast name. So in podcast name, we can also tell like with the users, like from whom with the guest name. But there is one more thing that is changed, that is called podcast link. So let me quickly do that. So these two triggers needs to be changed. So what we are doing is every time whenever we are hosting anything, so I have created podcast. On the name of podcast, I created two custom fields. Let's quickly moving back to our automations. So when we set the event time, we can add update custom value over here, and the course custom value will be, so here we need to refresh it again so that it will get updated, because quickly we have updated it. So let's me coming back to this. Yeah, update custom value. So I think podcast, yeah, here podcast name is there. So we can every time trigger a podcast low. So we can have property valuation with, I'm just putting a random name, aim properties with birds, something like this, with the speaker name. And here is the speaker name. I'm just putting a random stuff just to get an action. And then we have to update the YouTube link also. So here what I will do is podcast link, and I can put the podcast link. It will be probably YouTube. So we are putting it like this. Dish. I'm just putting it for random stuff. So now we quickly, now we have these two values dynamic in every of the podcast funnel. So what we'll do, we are live now. When we are live, somebody will come live and watch the premiere, and on the other end there are someone who missed that at that time. So how we will remind our users? So that is the after funnel. So what we're doing over here is we'll again wait, and then again event appointment, and that will be now after. So that will be the after time. And after, so what we'll do, will after 3 days we'll send them an email. So that email will be, that's not like out, like you can watch this after. Nobody wants to watch old things. But what we can do is, here you miss, and here we can take the podcast name, And then, but the challenge over here is it will be sent to the all of the users of a podcast. So here we can put, if you missed, here you missed, here is a backup. So some are watching live, but majorly when we get a back of the things, people don't watch it live. Generally they skip because they have an option to do that later. But again, then after 3 days, again we'll wait, and we don't poke them much, but we can put up a delay of a week. That is exactly 3 days. Exactly 4 days after that, we'll send them an email. Here is the full version. Like, again, we'll send them an email regarding our podcast. And then I will copy the same stuff and save it as. So that's how you can do the whole process of after podcasting. So we are sending 2 emails. Thank you.